Greetings. Peace. What's going on, sentient beings? It's Prosperity Priestess. And once again, it is video time. I already know. This is a follow-up from yesterday's video. And it's pretty much going to be titled Without a Doubt or something to that effect. Because at this point in time, there is no doubt to what I was saying yesterday about what is occurring in my life right now. And how it's all also astrically aligned. So, just to clarify, in this moment, it is the 18th. It is Thursday, December 18th. It's a Thursday. It is 1:55 a.m. And yeah, things are becoming very clear. Talk about seeds being planted. Whew. Yeah, it's real in the field out over here, so, and I guess once you admit something to yourself, it starts to reflect more and more and more to you. Because that's what I experienced yesterday. So the moon is in Sagittarius, and it is conjunct Mercury. I know that because I had just looked. Yes, the moon is at 7 degrees Sagittarius, and Mercury is at 8 degrees Sagittarius. The moon is how you feel. Mercury is how you think. All right. You know how the moon reflects? So your feelings, that's like your inner reflection, Yes. And the sun is at 26 degrees Sagittarius, moves 1 degree each day. And Venus is at 21 degrees Sagittarius. So Venus, how you attract, your magnetism, what you love. Well, that's like what you love is your moon energy. Venus is how you love and how you like to receive love. As well as the other general Venus concepts: beauty, art, monies. What else? Well, no, I feel like love is more like heart energy, like I was saying. Family, divine feminine. So, yeah. Yesterday, I made a video, just being transparent about what was going on in my life and what I was experiencing more and more and realizing, but didn't really want to admit, and it's still up in the air. So that was like yesterday at like 3 in the morning. It was like 3:45. And apparently when I finished the video, I finished the video and my phone said it was 4:44. I said, look at that. Divine alignment, all right? Which, then today, well, really later that day, on my way home from work, I was just reflecting on the day and all of that, and just everything that had further been revealed. And I'm like, dang, like, I know it's true. Like there's no doubt in my mind. But before I finish that, or give you some more insight on what I'm alluding to, let me show you what happened after I finished doing the reading yesterday. I was putting my cards away, and then I continued to shuffle just for myself. I put the cards all together in the deck. I continued to shuffle for myself, and then these two came out together. The Hermit, introspection, which is Major Arcana number 9, and the Wheel of Fortune, luck, which is Major Arcana number 10. You know I'm the Hermit. you know I'm that 9 energy. And Hermit is the Virgo card in Major Arcana and in the tarot. And the Wheel of Fortune is a Sagittarius card, actually. And we're in Sagittarius season, the new moon upon us. Oh, yes. It's the wheel. Sagittarius, the Wheel of Fortune is also known as a card of destiny. And I was speaking yesterday about what was occurring in most of our lives and aligning with this new moon in Sagittarius is destined energy. That's what the charts are showing astrologically, as the cosmos are depicting. So I was talking about how I was aware of what I'm experiencing in my personal life, like what houses it's falling in, and then how that plays out here on Earth in my life is a destined situation. Even if it's like, well, wait, that wasn't my plan. Wait, what? Where'd this come from? How? What? So I was just communicating a little bit about that, and I was fighting with those thoughts and feelings. So it's just interesting that those two cards came out as I was shuffling to myself after the reading and everything. And they're still just sitting right here. But yes, Destiny and Wheel of Fortune. And I'm literally talking about what was happening as my destiny in my life as Hermit. And I was introspecting on it. So, continuing with what I was saying yesterday, I was basically saying that I think I'm pregnant. And so as I was uploading that video, hold on, I think I'm pregnant. Today's video is no doubt in my mind, or without a doubt. That's what I'm gonna name it, without a doubt. So I've accepted that. That is the reality, because it is. And so yes, today's video is called Without a Doubt. So I'm gonna shuffle these cards and continue to talk and see what messages reveal herself. So as I was uploading the video, I definitely sent a text to, because it was mad early in the morning, so I wasn't about to call. But I sent a text to the man who planted the seed in me, and I'm not sure if he received the text or not, because I know he told me a long time ago, or not a long time ago, but I know he's told me before and multiple times that his phone, sometimes the texts don't go through, or they come through late, or they get to him without notifying him or something like that. And he told me, like, if anything's ever important or I need to reach him immediately, like, just call. So I did send him a text yesterday as the video was uploading because I felt like that would be the thing to do. Like before what I was saying about what was occurring in my life and his, before like revealing it to the world, maybe I should let him know. So I did try to communicate that. So it's been almost 24 hours now. Yeah, we're at 2 in the morning on the 18th. The new moon is it's supposed to be. See, I heard it was on the 19th, but when I look at the chart, when I looked at the Astro-Seek website, it was showing me the 20th, right? Which makes sense because again, the sun moves 1 day at a time. 1 degree per day. And today, Thursday, the 18th, is at 26 degrees. Sagittarius. The new moon is going to be at 28 degrees. So that wouldn't be... So today's the 18th at 26 degrees. And tomorrow, Friday, will be the 19th at 27 degrees. And then Saturday will be the 20th at 28 degrees. And it will be the new moon because that sun at 28 degrees is moving 1 degree per day. Will be in the same sign and degree as the moon. The moon will be at 28 degrees Sagittarius as well. That's going to happen on Saturday, the 20th. The moon moves 1 degree every 2.5 hours. So these are some basic principles of astrology. The planets move at different speeds. They move in different orbits. They even spin at different speeds as well. I read a book with my daughter years ago. It's posted on my page. It's called Night Sky. So if you put it into YouTube, Prosperity Priestess, Night Sky, you'll see her and I sitting on the couch reading this book. And in that book, it's talking about the stars. And it explains that, so we're going to look at that card. It explains that stars that don't move are called constellations, which we know that. You know, sailors have always used, and ancient people used the constellations to know where they are. The sailors and stuff, to know the seasons. So the stars that don't move are constellations. And the stars that do move are called planets. And I didn't know that until from reading that. I learned that from reading that from that book. It's like a science book for children about the stars. Like astronomy. This is also what we're going to read. Woo! 3 of Wands. Okay. Hold on. What do we split the deck at? Oh, split the deck but can't see it. But this is the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, something beautiful is coming into fruition. That's for sure. What's at the bottom of the deck is the underlying energy. I'm going to wait and see. We're going to wait and see what's at the bottom of this deck. We're going to read these cards. And let me see. What's the first one that have revealed itself? 7 of Cups. Didn't I told you. It's a pregnancy card. Yo. The cards don't lie. Prosperity Priestess. You know who it is. You know what it is. You know what I do. What? This is like a project one's been working on, as you can see her doing. This is ships coming in, and this is a pregnancy card. It can be. Yo. So, like I said, there's no doubt in my mind at this point. And it's not just because of the tarot cards I pulled yesterday. The cards I pulled yesterday didn't even indicate pregnancy. They did a different day, and I was reflecting on that. But the cards correlated with what I was communicating, as they usually do. That's why I pull these cards as I'm delivering these messages, so you can see the energy. Sheesh. But I was saying, I know how my body feels when I'm like, wait a second, just the fact that I keep waking up in the middle of the night. I've been doing that for like a good, going on 2 weeks now. I was saying my breasts are growing and they hurt. I feel it. I'm like, wait a second. I can see it in my thighs. I had that feeling like when I eat, but then my stomach feels empty, even though I just ate. Y'all know how that is. I can't believe it. What else happened? Oh, I didn't say this in the video yesterday, but another thing that like clued me in. I'm like, yo, what's going on? When I would pleasure myself, because I speak about taboo topics, even, and a lot of things I think shouldn't necessarily be taboos. Totally natural. But when I pleasure myself, like, I'm like, whoa, I'm super sensitive and super juicy. Like, what's going on? So like just putting all that together. Oh, and then my dreams have been mad clear. And I'm like, oh, I remember this. So I was experiencing all of this. I recognized those patterns because it's happened to me before. So I was like, wait a second. And then, I was prompted to finally, I made a video about my experiences and feelings yesterday. So that's why in the video it's like, the title says pregnancy with question marks. Again, today's title is without a doubt. So, while I was, at work, some other things happened. So now I made a video like 4 in the morning, 4:44. The video was complete, and no, I didn't do that on purpose. I'm not thinking that or trying to. I finished the video, I turned the camera, turned my phone around, turned the camera off, hit the stop button, and I could see the time. And I'm like, oh wow! I actually took a screenshot and posted that on my post section as well. Started to upload the video. Sent him a text, and then I'm like, all right. So anyways, this was Wednesday. So Wednesday, while at work, some more things revealed itself. Screen on black here. So because, life is a reflection of what's going on. What you experience externally is a reflection of what's going on internally. So interestingly, I had a conversation with a young man, and like we see each other, give each other some positive words, because what happened was there's this older gentleman at my job, and one day he saw me, because I guess he'll communicate certain like spiritual concepts to people. And this Caucasian, which is really irrelevant, but I like to communicate and just show you guys different dynamics. So like we're connecting. He's Caucasian, I'm melanated. He's older, I'm younger, but I'm in the middle there. We'll say that. So one day I was going upstairs, and then he was in the hallway, and then for what, I don't even know why, but he ended up started telling me or asking me. He asked me if I knew my life path number. I looked at him like, what? Do I know my life path number? Like, boy, you don't even know who you talking to right now. But people sense things, right? He's a Pisces, of course, so of course he knows. But he told me his life path number. He was like, "Yeah, well, there's this really cool thing called your life path, and I'm a life path 3, and da da da." And he was telling me I keep seeing the 3 today. So that was our first conversation with this older gentleman, right? This was like months ago. And that was our first conversation, ended up being like 30 minutes. And now every time we run into each other, it's a spiritual conversation. He ended up putting me in a group chat with other people at the job who he has also communicated some spiritual information with. Um, so there was like 4 of us in the group. And then eventually I ended up meeting those other 2 people who are in the group and had different conversations with them. So this young man was somebody who was in that group. So that's how we ended up interacting or getting to know each other. I was like, wait a second, oh, you're from the group? It was funny. But so we all share little videos at times, spiritual videos in the text group that the older man has started. So anyways, this young man was like, I saw him today, at work yesterday, and so sometimes he'll like ask me different questions, because once you start talking to me and you get to know me and stuff, and I know what I'm talking about and what I'm on, like people will start having questions. And this is because my moon is in the 8th house. So like people express what's going on inside of them. They talk to me about it. This is what I think. This is how I explain it, because this is what I experience it. Um, In fact, he's one of 3 young men at my job who will communicate their feelings about what's going on in their life, and it's almost like I'm like counseling them, or like it's like psychology. 8th house is the house of psychology, esoteric, and I'm talking to them esoterically and psychologically at the same time, and helping them exhale in life. There's a young lady that I help do that with at life as well. In life at my job as well. These are the conversations that I have. Like once a person starts to get to know me, they it comes they'll come to me with their feelings and stuff. So that's awesome, and grateful to be in that position. And esoteric tonic, I got it. That's what I call it and what I'm doing. So anyways, because it is, I'm giving esoteric tonic. Whoo, that life elixir. So yes. So the young man yesterday, we've had, some different conversations, and I'm usually, trying to pick up his spirits, encourage him and stuff. He's young, so sometimes life can make you feel down and stuff. So I always ask people their zodiac signs, and I be trying to break it down for them, what's occurring and why they're feeling certain ways at certain times. So yesterday at work, for the first time, he ended up telling me, he was like, "Yeah, I'm actually feeling great." And not the first time he said that, but for the first time, he was like, "Yeah, because I'm just looking forward to being a father." And I was like, "Wait, what? Congratulations!" You didn't tell me that. He was like, "Oh, I never told you that." He's like, "Yeah, me and my girl were expecting and X, Y, and Z." And then started to give me, some information about their past and all of that I'm not going to get into because that's their business. But I'm going to tell you guys that yesterday, for the first time, he told me that they're expecting. And I'm like, wow, like look at, for the alignment for me to receive that information after I had just made a video at 4 in the morning talking about how I think I'm pregnant. So I'm like telling him congratulations, and I'm like, wow, that is awesome. Great. That is great, you know. And then I told him, I was like, I was like, yeah, but wait, before I say that, he was like saying like, wow, he was all smiling and excited. And he was just talking about how much he's looking forward to being a father. And he was like, it's such a fulfilling feeling and rural. And I'm like, wow, like there's a reason that I'm hearing this information in this moment. That's how I'm thinking of it. And I ended up expressing that. I was like, interesting that you're telling me that. I've come to the realization that I'm pretty sure I think I'm pregnant. And he was like, oh, wow, well, congratulations to you. And I was like, well, yeah, thanks. But I think I'm pregnant by someone who ghosted me. And he's like, oh, no. Oh, and I'm sorry. He's like, well, did you talk to him? And da-da-da-da. I was like, well, I'm just now figuring it out. And I sent him a text, like, and told him that, I have something important that we should talk about, when you're available. And he was like, well, if it was me, I would have told him you need to talk in person. I was like, yeah, I was thinking that. I do want to talk in person. And so anyways, he was encouraging as well. Like, I hope it all works out for you. I'm sure it will. And I was like, yeah. And then when I saw him later in the day, he was like, did he respond yet? And I was like, nah. And he was like, damn. And I was like, I know, but we'll see. So anyways, that happened at work yesterday. And then another thing that happened is, boom, I was gifted this ring, which has never happened at work. Sometimes people will try to give me money or something, and I'm like, no, 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 no. And and when the woman gave me this ring, she was like, oh, first she saw me and she was like, oh, hey, come over here. She was like, oh, how are you? And I was like, hey, okay. I'm like, I don't know this woman. I'm looking at her, but as we're talking, I'm like, oh, okay. She's in a different space. But she was like, how you been? I'm like, I'm good. How you been? And she was like, I have something for you. And I was like, huh? And she was like, yeah, here. And I was like, she gave it to me. And I was like, oh, no, here, no. And she was like, no, here, take it. It's a Christmas gift. This is for you. She's like, I want you to have it. I got it for you. And I was like, no, I can't. No. She was like, no, please, this is a Christmas gift. She's like, I just love you. And I remember you. And I was like, I don't remember you. I was like, and she was like, oh, baby, yes, you do, baby. She was like, I remember you, baby. I was like, well, what's my name? She was like, you're baby. I was like, okay. She's like, I remember you, and I remember how you treated me. And I was like, I think that was somebody else, because I don't remember you. And then she was like, well, she's like, I want you to have this. It's a Christmas gift. Just take it. And I was like, I can't. She was like, oh, I got it from you. It's from Avon. Go ahead. You're good. All right. And I was like, oh, well, thank you so much. And I just thought it was very symbolic. So I have it. I ended up accepting it, and I have it on. It's nice. Wow. But she was like, yeah, I remember you. And I remember in 2004, I was like, I wasn't here in 2004. I said, in fact, I was in high school in 2004. And she was like, nope, it was you. I remember. But energy and stuff. So I just looked at it like, she wanted to gift me. And me, of all people, there's bad people around, and you chose me like, hey, you. Yeah, you're baby. That was funny. But it was really nice. So I was like, oh, that's sweet. That also happened yesterday. So yeah, I am gonna call him today at a decent time or whatever and go from there. Because there is definitely, as I was trying to pick this pile up. Oh, it's the Knight of Cups at the bottom. That's the messenger of love. He's a Pisces moon, all that water energy. Yeah, but there's definitely a project. I got a project going on. Oh, another thing that happened. I let a little tears out at work because like when I went to the bathroom again, I was like I feel my body just like put the food in, it's coming right out. It's coming, but I'm not on my menstrual, so I'm like, and I can feel the pressure in my abdomen area. So I'm like, yeah, it's real. It is the case. Like I'm pregnant. um, and then as I was on my way home, I could feel more the pressure in my abdomen area. I'm like, wow. And I cried some more. And I like hugged the tree. I like put my back against the tree. And just kind of took some time to breathe. No emotions right now. Because my thoughts were like, I'm afraid. Yeah, it's scary for me. And I'm like, damn, I feel ashamed. Or like, not ashamed, I feel embarrassed. I feel scared. I feel embarrassed. I'm like, damn. And then I'm like, but you shouldn't feel that way. This is a happy thing and bringing life into the world. And, with a man who wants to do that and wants to be by your side, like, you should just like, you told that young man congratulations, you should be telling yourself congratulations. But so yeah, just working through different feelings about what's occurring. Them ships coming in. So I cried a little bit, and I'm like, well, you gotta. I was like, it's okay. Everything's always in alignment in your life. You're divinely protected and provided for. Like, it's gonna be okay. Like, you're much wiser than you were when last time you had a child. Like, and it's like there's times when you were younger and then you had you had 2 abortions, which I talked about in the video yesterday. You guys can check that out. It's called Why I Got Ghosted in Pregnancy, question mark. I was like, dang, I don't think that's the route I'm gonna go. I don't think that's what I should do. Like, all things are happening for a reason, and I know this is part of my destiny, and I'm just like having those thoughts and thinking that, and like trying to just get over the negative emotions, like push them away and put myself in a better mindset. Say, yeah, you gotta only put positive thoughts inside of you, only accept those, and I know how important that is. And then I looked and I was like, it's like, like feeling kind of heavy and just trying to work through it. And then I found a penny right as I was like thinking about, it's okay. You're protected and provided for. Like, everything's always worked out for you, and it always will. I'm like trying to give myself positive affirmations, and was making positive decisions, and that's when I found a penny. Like, because I'm like, this is what's supposed to happen, and even if there are things that I'm unsure about, So yeah, that all occurred today. And I was like, when I find coins, I look at that as a confirmation, and I be aware of what I'm thinking when I find a coin. So that's what I just shared with you guys there. Yo, this 7 of Cups gonna come out. That's hilarious. But that's part of like where the doubts come in, like, and the emotions. 7 is ruled by Neptune, so an illusion, right? Like, the negative things I'm thinking could be what the illusion is, and cups is emotions, heart energy, water energy. So and water is emotions, energy, emotion. Oh, like how it hits in the waves. So yeah, I was working through the negative illusions about what's gonna occur. Them ships coming in. That's awesome. Knight of Cups is a messenger of love. Message of love. Knights are messengers. And again, the cups, water, energy, that's heart. So it's love, you know. Eight of Pentacles. I see that Nine of Pentacles right underneath the Eight of Pentacles. And the Nine of Pentacles, it's a rich. It's a Virgo card. She's happy. She's in the garden. But anyways, I just saw it peeking out a little bit. So I am going to still see what's the overarching energy at the bottom of the deck. But I'm going to go into these right here. Three of Wands, ships coming in. You know, they're on the shore. They're looking. They can see it happening. And this deck right here, I love the definition because it says success, achievement, something else, maybe like progress. It has 5 words. And the first word and the last word are both success. So I'm like, wow, I think that when I see and that is like how you feel like, oh, like how the screen is showing a flower blossoming right now, you know. So that's how I'm looking at it now, and I'm optimistic and happy, and you know, I think he's gonna be happy too. I hope. Yeah, oh, that was the other word I felt, vulnerable, and I mentioned that yesterday. And I'm like, it's okay. Like, this is beautiful. So, yay. Yay. Now we'll be working, you know, together, which requires working with each other's and emotions. And I think that's, you know, a lot of where my fears come from, that I haven't been successful working with a man in the past with my emotions and his emotions, and it hasn't like been a successful outcome. But again, I'm much wiser now, and I truly do feel like this is part of my destiny. And great things always happen to me and for me, and it's just more and more of that. And you know, now I know how to not stress and worry and focus on the great stuff. Let's see what's behind that Three of Wands. Oh, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, so I made the choice, you know, I'm gonna have a baby. It's a two, it's a juggling. And earth energy. I feel like it's like a path. Which path are you gonna choose? So like I just sat here and told you, didn't even see the card, didn't know what was gonna reveal itself. I'm not in that frame of mind or stage of life where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have an abortion. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have a baby, and that's the path and I'm taking, and um I'm trusting that it's not something I'm gonna have to do alone, and that this man is gonna stay by my side like he said he wanted to do. Even though right now it's not how it appears. You know, there are different illusions and stuff, you know, especially when you're dealing with water energy. But yeah, I made a choice. Now, next card, Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords. Ooh, that's deep. This is mental confliction. I remember saying this in one of my channel raps. Bind it by your own choices. Ah ha ha ha. So either which way, whatever choice is made, you know, cause and effect. And the Eight of Swords card, this has to do with, see, she's tied up and she has a blindfold on. So her having a blindfold on lets you know that this is dealing with what's going on internally, the unseen aspects, emotions. However, the swords let you know it has something to do with her thoughts. Swords is thoughts energy. So that's when your thoughts and your emotions are conflicting. And then this is what it feels like. It feels like you're binded up. But the whole thing is, and see, she's standing in water too, so that also lets you know is dealing with her emotions. But the whole thing is with this card, this person, she can easily get out of that situation that is making her feel restricted by changing her thoughts, because it's a swords card. It's a mental card. So, and in order to change them thoughts, it's transmuting that water that she's standing in. She could easily step right out that puddle onto dry land. So that's exactly what's occurring as I'm processing my emotions and thinking about, reflecting on my thoughts, and then finally, making a choice and just looking at it like, it's gonna be okay. I got this, and this is a great thing. Instead of looking at it like a bad thing, which was making me feel negative and, like I just said, embarrassed and vulnerable, now I'm looking at it, I'm able to smile. I was not smiling at all yesterday. I gave a fake smile, like, when the ten of cups came out as the last card yesterday, and I was like, yay, the happy family card, all together, white picket fence, and but which is, that's ideal, like, what, that's what you want. And I wasn't, and it, it revealed itself, I wasn't smiling. Is because I did not really believe mentally that that's what it would or could be for me. And but it is and can and will and shall be. So that's great, you know. That's great. Cup, offer of love, offer of emotions, offer of support. I do feel like he's gonna be very supportive and happy and excited, and like I said, just like that young man was saying, he was like, it's such a great feeling to be that I'm knowing that I'm gonna be a father. Like, it's such an important role. He was so excited, and I was like, wow, huh. I guess I needed to hear that message today, you know. And then and so this is beautiful, and it's beautiful for that man, it's beautiful for that woman, and they had come together, embrace each other, and work with each other through the challenges. Family, people who accept you for who you are, as we embark on this mission of family, you know, together. So yeah, but changing your thoughts is huge. And that's how you make it work for you. Anything easy will not last, and anything worthwhile will not be easy. So, she's sitting, drawing, contemplating, working at it. Just like the man in my life, he's very diligent, and he's pursuing his passions, and I'm very proud of him for that. I've told him that multiple times. And of course, I'm not going to get into any details about what those are, but I think what he's doing is amazing, and I've told him that as well. And yeah, it's amazing. And he's, like I was saying, he's diligent, he's hard working at it, and he's pursuing his passions, and that's great. But he does things with care. He does things with precision. When you are working on a project or anything, you really see how someone is, and like their personality goes into it, just like it goes into a child or it goes into a family, how you deal with things. So yeah, I could say a lot of good things about him. So I'm grateful to even be able to realize that. Um, even prior to realize when I was pregnant, but definitely now. So yeah, I'm gonna call him, and I'm excited. When I woke up today at like probably like 1 in the morning. I was or midnight or 1 in the morning. I don't know, but I was like, yeah, it's kind of too late to call now. I'm not gonna do that. But let's see what this over bottom of the deck overarching energy is. Yo, if it's a 10 of cups again. Oh shit. Oh shit. First of all, it's Major Arcana. Second of all, it's the Justice card. That's a Libra card all day. He's a Libra. Yo, I tell you all the time, you know who it is, you know what it is, you know what I do. Prosperity Priestess. Just so funny, because yesterday when it was the Queen of Wands card came out, and I was like, yeah, sometimes I feel like he dims my fire or something, because it came out in reverse. And then I realized, I was like, I understand. I didn't realize it till like to yesterday in the daytime. I was like, yeah, that's like how he told me. I did a tarot reading at his house. Because he has a tarot deck, right? Like I told you, we have similar interests and values. I did a tarot reading at his house one day. And I was mad excited. Like, wow, you're going to let me use your tarot deck. Let me see. Ooh. Um, and, uh, And then I was trying to tell him about the reading, and he was like, that's not how you do it. No, you didn't even use the whole deck. I don't want to hear none of that. And I was like, what? But no, I'm trying to tell you, and this is it. And he was like, no, I don't want to listen. I'm not going to listen. You don't even know what you're doing. I'm like, wait, what? I don't know what I'm doing. So that was funny. It didn't feel funny. It felt discouraging, actually. And he would not. He was like, nope, I don't care. Nope, nope, you don't know what you're doing. You had to use the whole deck. You didn't use the whole deck. I'm like, but no, you don't. Like the deck literally came with a piece of paper, like a spread, and I put the cards on the spread, like, and I'm. What do you mean? You have to keep doing it for each card, and you have to use the whole deck. You don't gotta use the whole deck to do a reading. There's mad different ways to do a reading. Well, you don't know what you're doing. What? Boy. Trust and believe. I know what I'm doing with these tarot cards. You better cut it out. Well, anyways, Justice card is a Libra energy. They hold the sword because the mind. They're sitting on the throne. They like things balanced. There's that scale. They like it balanced. He is very pleasant. And that's what I realized, just reflecting on him. As we've interacted, he's either very pleasant or, what's this word? I told him, as I said, you make me feel, what's this word? And it's Libra energy. Libras are like that. They make you feel like they don't want to be bothered. They either want mad closeness or the opposite, and it's like, but they won't tell you that. They'll make you feel that way, though. What's that word? It's not distant. It's not aloof. But it's like, I'd be like, oh, okay, so like, should I just go? Like, why do I feel like this? I don't really feel welcome here right now. I don't really feel like you want my presence here right now. They make you feel like that. I know the word, and I've told him this too. And we've talked about it and stuff, It's like, out of a few times I visited, 4 out of 5 times I felt that way, and I told him, but I didn't end up leaving, and it was much better, and we enjoyed ourselves and all that. He's very mentally sharp, mad funny. His Mercury's in Scorpio, so he's deep. You already know that. He's esoteric with it too. I'm like, I met an esoteric man. Like, oh snap! Yes! Yeah, it can't be any other way. It's the Justice card. What is that word where you make somebody feel like they're not wanted? Well, I guess it's kind of, you understand what I'm saying, and I don't, it's cool. It's cool in this moment. It'll come up when it needs to. But yes, she's sitting on the throne. She had the two pillars there. Mm-hmm. Holding up the sword. Balance. They like balance and they use intellect. That is Justice. Justice deals with the law. Oh, Justice is a card, the wife card too. Depending on what other cards are near it, it definitely represents being a wife, because people get married. I got this ring today. This lady gave it to me. Like, your baby. I know who you are. Your baby. I said, what's my name? It was like, your baby. Ah, wow. How interesting. What a beautiful reading. So that concludes today's reading. Titles. And I told you, that's the underlying energy. Oh, in this deck, hold on. Because in some decks, I've seen the Justice card as number 11. I've also seen the Justice card as number 8. Yeah. In this deck here, which was gifted to me, all my decks were gifted to me. This, in this deck, the Justice card is number 8. Because we know the 8 card as the Strength card. With like the queen putting her, holding like the lion, taming the lion. That's usually number 8, the Strength card. Major Arcana 8 and Justice is 11. But in this deck, it's switched around. The Justice card is number 8 and the Strength card is number 11. Yeah, the Strength card is number 11, Oya, and the Justice card is number 8. But yes, in this deck, it's the traditional way, the Justice card as number 11. Yup, Major Arcana. Wow. Yo, the energy do not lie. I'm telling you. This is great. I have fun and I feel much better about this, and yeah. Ooh, what's that underneath? Oh, it's a Pentacles card. I can see LES. What is it? Is it the Six of Pentacles? That's my favorite. Oh, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Ooh, yes. 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 Another one sitting on a throne with her afro, her monies, her crown on, mad roses, got the rabbit right there. I know it's not part of the reading, but you know, I like to, I'm like, oh, what's that card? I like to peek and see what's under there. Yes. That's symbolic. Sitting on the throne. As a queen is secure in her life and in her position. Well supported. So, and it's time for that energy in my life, you know. It definitely is. I've already had the opposite. Now it's the Justice. Now it's the Justice is cosmic alignment. It's the divine justice. So that's great. That's great. Ships coming in. You already know. Listen, it's been great. I'm mad happy now. I'm mad excited. And I'm looking forward to this conversation with them. And looking forward to everything else as well. Remember to always ask ancestors and to surely seek spirit. Peace.